Back in 1984, I was working for a phone company in their technical support group called NEMAC at Wentzville, Missouri. This NEMAC center monitored over 150 digital offices at that time, and it had a large board with 3 lights per office. A green light, of course everything's good. A yellow light meaning either the NEMAC computer or the office was communicating, and the red light, of course, there's an alarm. Well, this particular day, a good friend of mine, Bob Ricker, and I were on the same shift, and we were discussing problems with some offices and other things, of course, and we both noticed on the board this yellow light coming on and going off, coming on and going off, meaning either the office is calling in and can't communicate with the NEMAC computer, or the NEMAC computer is calling the office and can't communicate. Anyway, it's not a good situation. So Bob calls the office, and it happens to be Dumas, Arkansas. And he gets a reorder, which is a fast busy, and we both go, uh-oh. So Bob calls the FX line, which is a foreign exchange line for emergencies, and gets an answer, and it's the CO guy. Okay, so Bob asks him what he's doing, and he says, well, he just replaced a rectifier or a diode in one of the office rectifiers. Well, he had a 50-50 chance, and unfortunately he put it in backwards, and when he did that, he blew just about every power supply on every shelf in the office. So while Bob was talking to him, I told Bob I'm going to call the manufacturer and their emergency recovery group, because we are not going to have enough parts to get this office, which is the phone office for Dumas, Arkansas, back on the air, and we need to do that as quickly as possible. So while I'm talking to the manufacturer, I happen to look over at Bob, and he's got this grin on his face, and you know what kind. I mean, the Cheshire Cat had nothing on Bob at this point. So he noticed my puzzled look, and he motioned that I'll tell you about it later. So I continue to work with the manufacturer, and Bob is gathering enough parts to get at least the CPU back online. Okay, many hours later, when the dust settles and the office is mostly back in business, I asked Bob, what was that grin all about? Because this is a catastrophic failure. He says, well, the CO guy came back online, or on the phone, and said, you know, I got to put a broom handle underneath that circuit breaker to keep it up.